Hello, you guys, and welcome back to Black Girl from Brick City. I know this week we're doing visuals today. I'm super excited. My name is Ace. I am the host, spelled with a Y, and here at Black Girl from Brick City, we talk about everything from health, wealth, music, and greatness. I forgot my own punchline. Anywho, moving forward. This week, I'm super excited. One, because I did go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to do visuals to this podcast, even though I really am not familiar with syncing and stuff like that. But you know what? I told myself, like, even if I'm not a master at it, I'm going to try to do it. You know what I'm saying? So this is me doing it. And this week, I'm talking about something that I'm always asked about, and people seem to have noticed my weight loss because I started my fitness journey about 3 years ago. Ghetto claps for me, ghetto snaps. And yes, it was something that I knew was going to be challenging, but I just told myself I was going to do it anyway. So this week, I'm going to be talking about what were really the core steps that I took in order to just start this fitness journey. Like, I didn't just go get like a trainer immediately. I didn't immediately stop eating junk food and, you know, just hop into a healthy lifestyle. I honestly grew into it, and there were certain things that I did. And I actually made a little list here too. So 5 ways to start your fitness journey. One of the ways I have is starting home training, like home workouts, or joining a gym. Now, people sometimes think you have to like immediately join a gym. You don't. I didn't. So that's why I said home workouts or joining a gym, and we'll go into that. Also, another one was pace yourself and be patient with your results. I know. It's like, when is the snatch going to come? When is it coming? But we have to be patient with our results. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Now, you can take this however you take this, but I'm more so talking about like getting the best of the best waist trainers, getting the best of the best foods. Investing in your food is investing in yourself. We're going to get into that. Don't compare yourself, your body, or body shame your own body or others. You know, that's just wrong. We'll get into that. And then also, join an accountability group or get an accountability partner. Now, these are things that I did, and I did them in certain steps. So I didn't necessarily do them in the steps that I listed them, but it is kind of the order that I did it, because let's get into it. When I first started my fitness journey, it was 2018, around 2019, and it was kind of difficult because I had never worked out since probably like high school. I used to run track, and it used to just hurt me to the core because I had a disability. I had asthma, so I kind of wasn't the fastest on the team, and it kind of discouraged me from like doing sports because, listen, I was the reason why we kind of lost one of the races because I had an asthma attack. Like, and my coach used to always say, I love my coach, by the way. But he used to always say, like, it's in your head, it's in your head. So I would tell myself, yeah, this asthma's in my head. And then that particular day, it was not in my head. I passed out, and somebody had to help me up during the race. And it was just, it discouraged me for a long time to get fit. So I developed some really bad eating habits. You know, when you're in a relationship, back then I was in a relationship, and all we would do is eat. Like, literally, eat. Like, I'm talking about, like, bacon, egg, and cheese is at, like, 3 a.m., like, you know? And I wasn't working out. I wasn't really active. I was always driving. So a lot of things that I saw in my life that I was just like, nah, like, I got to do better. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I have to do better. I don't even recognize the person that I am in these pictures. Like, I'll try to find a way to put the pictures up, and it's like, I don't even recognize this person that I am in these pictures. So that's when I knew like enough was enough and I had to literally make a change. So I remember just being on my TV, you know, when you have a smart TV or whatever, you put on a home workout on YouTube. And I remember putting on Chloe Ting. Shout out to Chloe Ting. Let me tell you guys, don't sleep on Chloe Ting, okay? I don't know if this is in the camera, but I'm going to remove it because we don't want that bad energy, that Bill energy on us, you know? Anywho, Chloe Ting got me sweating. She got me motivated. You know, my asthma was still a problem. And shout out to anyone, sidebar, who has a disability, whether it be a health problem, maybe your foot or anything like that. Anything that hinders you from working out to your best ability. One moment. Shout out to you guys, because even though you have that thing hindering you, you still go and you still put your best foot forward. And I commend you for that, because that's what I do every day. When I have difficulty breathing, I just be easy on myself and I just do it anyway. So yeah, when I started seeing those patterns, I told myself enough is enough. Started doing Chloe Ting. And then after I started getting really good at the home workouts and things, I joined Planet Fitness. Now, Planet Fitness is one of the best gyms that I've ever joined. I currently do not go there because it's so far from where I live. But Planet Fitness was such a great gym for me being a beginner. Like, so many different equipment, so many, it's just like a gym playground, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that sound has pissed me off. Anyway, it was like a gym playground. So I just went in the gym. I started my day with cardio, and it would either be on the steps, the stair climbers, the treadmill, or the bike. And now, to my asthmatics watching this, listening to this, when you are doing cardio, you need to be very mindful of how fast your heart rate is going. So for me, I would do HIIT training, HIIT. And what that would do is that I would sprint maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Not sprint. I would walk maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And then that last minute, making it 5, I would sprint. And then immediately after that, when it hit 6, I would walk 3 or 4 minutes. And then I would sprint. Like, that is HIIT training. Basically, I'm going in intervals and I'm not really going full pace, but I'm still pumping my heart rate up with that sprint. And then that walk is still building. So I would do that maybe for about 30, 45 minutes. Some days less because I would be too winded, or, you know, pick the days that are best for you to do the most cardio. And then once I got my cardio down, you know, I would go ahead and I would go and try to lift, okay? Now, what I would recommend is that this is what I did. Not even that I recommend it. I went on Instagram or YouTube and I studied the form when I wasn't even in the gym. I'm talking about like when I was home on my laptop, on my phone. I would save the videos like of them lifting the dumbbells and doing the squats with them, or, you know, the ones with the bands and teaching you different ways to use the bands. Like, really get into it. Really soak it in. Like, think of it as more than you just learning workouts. You are literally trying to mimic these people who are trainers. Like, you're trying to mimic them, so you want to study them even when you're not in the gym, because in the gym, if you're just throwing on videos, like, it's kind of hard to follow it. But if you really study, like, the movements, like, I didn't know anything about doggy fire hydrant movements and things like that until, you know, I went and researched it from trainers. So I do highly recommend learning that. And if you could, of course, afford a trainer, that would just speed your life up. But if you're like me and you couldn't afford a trainer for whatever said reason, girl, go on YouTube University, go on Instagram University or high school or whatever, and really learn how to do these workouts. I'm going to focus on this camera. Have you heard of the Anchor app? Okay. If you haven't heard of the Anchor app, let me tell you. It's this app where if you ever wanted to start a podcast, you can literally start a podcast for free in under 5 minutes. Yes, girl. 5 minutes. You upload your cover art, you give your podcast a cool, catchy name, and bam, your podcast is on Spotify, Apple, Google, you name it. So go ahead, turn off this podcast real quick. You have my permission. Go and download our Anchor and start your podcast today. As well. The next one that I listed was pace yourself and be patient with your results. So with me, I definitely paced myself, and I was always taking pictures of myself and videos of my workout journey because I told myself I wanted to see what I would look like. So when it came down to seeing my results, I think I saw them in about 2 weeks. Like a month, I saw a major difference, like in my stomach, in my face. Like literally, I saw a major difference everywhere. And it wasn't really until I saw the pictures side by side that I saw the difference. I'm like, wow, okay, girl. So I just started a little routine. I was going maybe 4 out of 7 days to the gym. I would have my rest day, and I was getting it in. Like, I was really getting it in, and I feel like with my results, I was super proud of myself because I never stopped. Like, I just kept going. Even though when you first start, you don't really feel the results. You don't really see them. Even if you take pictures, like, you still feel bloated. Just keep going, sis. Pace yourself. It's okay. And for my asthmatics, don't just go in there full-winded, just pushing yourself to the ultimate level because you could possibly hurt yourself. So what I tend to do is I'll take my medicine either prior to me going to work out or right after my workout to calm, my nerves down. That's just what I do, y'all. The next one is don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Now, your girl likes to save some coins, okay? So I was getting my waist trainers from like Amazon and trying to get like the cutest, most cost efficient. Now, I'm going to say this. This waist trainer that I received called What Waist is one of the best trainers that I've ever had. Literally, it sucks. And everything in is super cute. Like, it really hugs my waist. And after a while, wearing it all day, I really don't feel it. Like, I'm not going to lie. I really don't feel it. Yeah, so here is the band. And literally, I can add some pictures of what it looks like. I also have this band called Sweet Sweat Band. And you wrap it around your waist, and it basically promotes sweat there, and it really targets your belly fat area when you sweat doing cardio and things. So I was rocking that, rocking my waist trainers, doing things that I knew, or investing in things that I knew was going to benefit me. I also invested in some green tea fat burner pills, and what that did is, because I'm not the type of girl that likes energy drinks, like I don't just be popping Red Bulls, you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes me feel jittery, and I get enough of that off of my medicine for asthma, so I don't need that. But I would recommend these green tea pills because they give you energy, but it doesn't, it's at a calm level where it still makes sense, you know what I'm saying? So I would work out. Before I work out, I would take my energy pills, and I was good to go. I also invested in some vitamins. Any gummy vitamins for your bone and structure and things like that, like, I would recommend, only because it just adds on to the benefits of what you're doing in the gym. So that's what I would say, invest. And also, this is the most important as well, what you eat, like what you invest in food will reflect your journey, okay? I am guilty that when I started my journey, I was still eating Wendy's every day, every other day. I was eating it a lot, y'all. Corner store burgers and Philly cheesesteaks and like all types of just food all the time, you know what I'm saying? And when I really made that switch to invest in my food, like really go grocery shopping, really put my own ingredients in there and wash my chicken, and it just feels better. And you don't necessarily have to eat like a duck. You don't have to like nibble. Like, I can't stand nibble eating. Like, any diets that's telling me to eat like food this big, come on, just let me go. Just off me, But I do mindfully eat, and I feel as though that is quite important, and that's probably why I've lost so much weight. But I do know when I do fully mature in my fitness journey and I'm able to really, implement vegan diets and things like that, just be a little bit even more mindful, it's going to be a problem. But like I said, it is a marathon. This is a journey, okay? So I know I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. But this is what I did beginner stage. At least I'm like 3 years in. Anyway, another point. Do not body shame yourself or compare your body to others. Now, when I started my journey, I never compared my body to others. If anything, I was always comparing what I look like now as to what I looked like in the beginning, and I would just keep trying to beat myself. You know what I'm saying? I would try to outdo myself. And honestly, that's probably why I got like way too skinny. Like, and I was probably like sometimes really, really trying to beat myself. Okay, so just imagine just too competitive. Like, just relax, girl. Just lose some weight. Like, I always gotta turn something into like a goal, an accomplishment. But I know that I never body shamed myself as much as I just was like so focused on trying to look a certain way. And so many times when we start these fitness journeys, I've heard so many different women say this, we never really pay attention to mentally how this fitness journey changes us, or like what is hindering us mentally still. So for me, I hope I'm not sweating on this camera, guys. I'm recording for YouTube as well. It is so crazy sitting here and doing this in front of this camera because I can't see myself. But when you are a one-man team, you got to get it done. Anyway, I realized that mentally, I was still seeing this out of shape girl, this girl who was not active and not eating right. Like, when I looked at my stomach, I just still saw this overweight girl. And I would try to really make sense of it. Like, why? Like, for example, I would wear an outfit and everybody would say, girl, oh my goodness, you look so small. Like, what is going on? And when I would look in the mirror, I would be like, why do they keep saying I'm so small? Like, I'm so big. Like, my stomach is poking right now. And that is what I've learned is body dysmorphia. Basically, I hope I said it right. But it's basically when you look a certain way, but you still in your head feel like you look another way. So basically, when I see myself as way bigger than other people perceive me or how other people feel like I look. And I never really noticed just how much of a mental thing that was. And when I really unpacked it, I know exactly where it came from. When I was younger, I was really highly criticized for everything. My looks, my actions, my grades. Everything was under a microscope. Like, people wanted me to be perfect. So when I would look a certain way or when I would gain a certain amount of weight, people in my family would notice and say things like, why are you gaining so much weight? Like, what are you doing? You need to be in the gym, girl. Like, Or even going further, I had a period of time where I had like really bad acne. And, people would point it out to me and be like, wow, your face is breaking out, girl. Like, you need to do something with your face, like disgusted. And I'm not gonna lie, it really affected me in a way that I probably don't understand how bad it affected me, because now it's like I always try to be perfect. And if I can't be perfect, I always hold myself to a standard that I feel is very high. In my relationships, in my personal life, in my prayer life, I hold myself so high and accountable that, like, when I don't make it there, it's discouraging. And it's deeper than discouraging. It's like I failed or I let myself down. So if you can relate, damn, yo, don't that feel crazy? And it goes so deep, you know? Even down to my fitness journey, I held myself so high of a standard, like, I'm going to go to the gym 5 days out of the week. Like, even if you look at my board right now, like, I have gym, like, just to remind myself how many times I've been there and how many times I haven't. It is what it is. Like, I'm a perfectionist, and we have to be careful of that. Because when you start in journeys like this, it's a progress, you know? It's a process. And you can't rush greatness, yo. You can't force it. You can't push it. And you can't be scared to fail. You can't be scared to miss the gym 3 days, 4 days, and start all over again. So, and I said that to say, yeah, I definitely had some body dysmorphia or some mental issues in regards to my body, because I was always expected to look on point. I was always expected to have makeup, hair on point. And if anything was not on point, it was pointed out, it was questioned, it was put on display for the world to see. And that sounds so sad, but I'm a happy person. It was my life. You live and you learn. So yeah, don't compare yourself, and don't be so hard on your body. Your body is beautiful. And when I have my future kids, I will tell them every day, male or female, you are beautifully made. You are so wonderful. You are just, your body is so great. You know, anything to just promote self-love and care. So many of us didn't get that, and it shows. It shows. And we just need therapy, we just need love, and we need reassurance of ourselves. So I don't want to spend too much time on that because I don't want to get too emotional either. But next, join an accountability group or get an accountability partner. Now, personally, I don't necessarily recommend you getting a partner as soon as you start your workout journey, only because it forms like a codependent relationship. Like, if your partner doesn't go to the gym, you don't want to go that day. If your partner goes and they're a little lazy during the session, you're a little lazy during the session. Like, it's just, this is something that needs to start with you. And if you do start it like that, it'll feel so much better. You know what I'm saying? It will feel like you have your own routine. You're independent. You'll feel powerful and in control, and you'll be able to go at your own pace. So I would recommend starting the journey by yourself, and then gradually maybe getting a partner or getting in some sort of group. Now for me, 3 years in, 3 years in, basically, I am in 2 accountability groups. One is from one of my Instagram friends. Her name is Chloe Dosh. And she has an accountability group where she posts like challenges. And she also posts like scheduling for foods and things like that, what she buys. And it's so awesome to see like what other people who are doing this journey with you are eating. Because sometimes certain trainers and certain health professionals be recommending some crazy stuff to eat, like blueberries, and like, I like blueberries, but I'm saying like they be putting fruit with yogurt and stuff like that. I can't do that. Like, I can't eat fruits on pancakes, peaches on pancakes and stuff like that. Like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? I don't judge, but this is what they be recommending to me. Sometimes I get extravagant. Other times I'm a very simple eater. And I'm very picky. So, that's another episode about what I eat. But again, if you get in a group, you'll have other ideas. You'll be able to get some fresh ideas from other people. I'm also in this group that we do like group workout with my friend Jazz Tats. And she basically has all these women. We go and we work out all together. We lift weights and stuff. And we all be in pain, girl. We be motivating each other. Like, that's the type of thing that's awesome if you're just beginning as well. Because you won't feel judged. Everybody's doing the same thing as you. And it hurts, girl. Like, and a little sidebar from the don't compare or body shame. People who put work in to naturally create their bodies while working out, kudos. It's hard. It hurts. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't always feel great. So you can't really even compare yourself to somebody who put all that work in and be like, why don't I look like that? You can look like that, but you don't know the blood, sweat, and tears. Now, I don't bleed when I work out, but let's just say sweat and tears because I do be crying in my own little way. But you don't know the sweat and tears somebody put into their bodies and how they looked and what their story was. Like my story, about how I judged my body because I was always judged growing up. That's my story. Somebody else may have a story as to why they look the way they look. So those are the 5 ways. Basically, start at home if you're not comfortable at the gym yet, but gradually at some point, go to the gym and push yourself with the weights, push yourself with the cardio, and really, you're just going to eat up the results. It's going to work. Trust me. Pace yourself and be patient with your results. Again, take lots of pictures, take lots of videos from your fitness journey, and compare yourself later on it's motivating to see, you making a difference, even if it's a slight difference. It's motivating to see that. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to get the best of the best for yourself. Food, water, invest in your knowledge, like learning the workouts, invest in your waist trainer, girl, invest in your everything, okay? I'm also drinking tea now, and tea has changed my life. I will never look at tea the same, like the way I've been drinking tea. It's changed my life. And I've always drank tea, but now I'm adding collagen and different powders in it, and it's just been amazing. So get you some tea as well for your fitness journey. And then the next point is don't compare or body shame. Be nice to yourself. You are beautiful. And join an accountability group or get a partner. So those are the 5 things that I started in the beginning of my journey. And I'm going to ask some questions. So the questions that I usually get is, did I change or enhance my eating? And the answer is yes and no. No, because when I first started, like I stated previously, I was eating crazy. Cheeseburgers every other day, steak, like Philly cheesesteak, bacon, egg, and cheese, salt and pepper ketchup, Popeyes, shrimp, biscuits, like takeout, literally, every single day. One day I printed out a statement and just typed restaurant. Like, this was years ago. Like, it was ridiculous how much money I spent on food. And that, my friend, is what I will not miss about a relationship right now. Because you spend a lot of money in relationships, okay? From just wanting to be nice to your partner to holding it down. I'm excited to see what this single season is for me. And I do cook my food now. Anywho, no, I didn't improve my eating until I started being a little bit more mindful. And this was more so during COVID. I did go and start getting my own foods, cooking my own foods. No longer do I eat takeout like a mad woman every day. Like, if I need something quick, I'll get some chicken nuggets and some fries, period. Or anything quick. But for the most part, I'm cooking my meals. I'm doing my own Taco Tuesdays, my pasta. And I'm just being mindful of what I'm putting in my body. So now I'm eating more mindfully. But before, when I first was losing the weight, I still was eating crazy. So that goes to show you that you can still lose the weight and eat like a mad animal. It's just not suggested. And also will be harder to get that fat off, which it took me like 3 years to see my toes. Okay. Did I seek a professional trainer? yes and no again, because again, I was studying professional trainers. I was looking up videos on YouTube. I was doing all the research, and I was learning literally their postures and their reps and their times. I was learning from professional trainers. Now, did I ever have a trainer physically with me working out? No, I did not, and I cannot wait until I do. But for those who are in their waiting season and may not be able to get a trainer right now, shout out to you going on YouTube YouTube University and figuring it out. So yes, I did study trainers, but I never had one personally with me. And I also get this question, was it difficult to start working out with a disability, which is my asthma? Yes. I had to literally, the first 3 months were torture basically when I would do cardio, because it would leave me winded. And even though I was doing the HIIT training, I was just so like winded. I couldn't breathe. So I don't know. I just stopped most days. Some days I pushed myself and I felt that. And then I started, I just started going easier on myself, but still trying to take this right medicine properly, because it's a lot of things that goes into when you're working out, and you have to eat and then you have to take your medicine. So yes, it was difficult, but it doesn't matter what is in your life that is difficult. You do not let anything make you a slave to it. So I refuse to be a slave to my asthma. As much as I know it's not in my head, it is it's a disability in a way. So yes, I am cautious of my health. But I'm not going to let it master me. I'm not going to let it hinder me from looking the way I want, feeling the way I want, and having a healthy lifestyle. So those are my ways and some questions that were asked of me. I thank you guys for taking this journey with me. Hopefully I do get the visuals all together so it can be on YouTube. My setup is so super ghetto right now. Like, I literally am in the process of just setting up and trying new things with the podcast. But when you first start out, you're putting your camera so many places to make it work. My creatives, we know. So I thank you for taking this journey with me. I thank you for listening for another week. This is episode 6. Thank you guys so much for your support and just taking this journey with me. I thank you for the DMs, of the suggestions, of the topics. And I hope to continue to create for you guys. And I hope to see you next week. And if you are starting your fitness journey, shout out to you. Let's give you some ghetto snaps. You got this. Have fun, dance, live, and you got this. Thank you again for another week. I'm Ace with a Y, and see you next week. Bye.
When I drive, gotta peep through the window. Black girl, gotta watch what I'm into. Black girl, you don't know what I've been through. Dark skin, got 'em feeling so fearful. Got 'em feeling so fearful. Got 'em feeling so fearful. They scared. Powerful, I got powers, superpowers, and you can't stop it, Got 'em feeling so fearful. Got 'em feeling so fearful. They scared. 'Cause I'm powerful, I got powers. Black girl from Brick City.